What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome to a FIFA 18 vs FIFA 17 squad builder comparison. I don't know how well this is going to be received. I don't know if you guys are going to enjoy this or not. So if you do enjoy this video that I'm about to give to you, drop a thumbs up and I'll give you some more throughout the rest of the week, essentially until FIFA 18 comes out. And if you don't enjoy this, then this will be the one and only of this type of video. So what am I going to do today? Well, I've built the most used Premier League team according to what I've seen over the year of FIFA 17 and what FUT tells me. There is one anomaly, which we'll get into in a second, and I'll explain why. I'm going to look at the team and compare the cards to their FIFA 17 versions and just see whether or not we think they're going to be usable, whether we're going to see them so much, and maybe look at some other alternatives that we might see throughout this year. So it's basically a FIFA 17 versus FIFA 18 overpowered squad builder review / comparison. If you enjoy this and you want to see this done for all the other leagues, let me know. If you want to see it done for nations, let me know. If you've got an idea of a squad that you loved in FIFA 17 that you think, hey, I'd love to see how these cards look in FIFA 18, then put it in the comment section and we can have a look. But of course, as I said, if you guys don't enjoy this, this will be the one and only thing we do on it. So, the starting lineup, guys, we've got Butland, Walker, Bailly, Smalling, Shaw, Kante, Dembele, Pogba, Martial, Vardy and Willian. Now, the 10 outside players were the most used Premier League players. Some of them the most used in FIFA in general. I've gone for Dembele as the midfielder. According to FUTBin, we are on FUTWiz right now. According to FUTBin, Coutinho was the third most used cam, centre mid or CDM in FIFA 17 from the Premier League. Because he's a left wing, we can't use him in the team this year because you can't, obviously we wouldn't be able to use him as a centre midfielder, or we would, but it'd be off chemistry. Toure was then the next most used overall, but he was only slightly ahead of Dembele. So the reason why I've gone for Dembele ahead of Toure is because once that SBC Dembele came out, a lot of people started using him much more. So if you actually combine the two Dembeles together, they are head and shoulders more than Toure. The rest of the players on the bench are the most used afterwards. So De Gea, Bellerin, Lloris, Koscielny, Coutinho, Toure and De Bruyne. This is basically the 18 most used players, essentially, on FIFA. Now, unfortunately, there's no FIFA 17 versus FIFA 18 comparison. I would love it if FUTWiz, I tweeted them, if they watch this video. FUTWiz, brilliant site, and first and foremost, kudos to FUTWiz for putting in the time and effort to get the face card stats of all these players. I know it's not the in-game stats, but they've gone out of their way to work really hard to get the face card stats for so many players. So credit to them for that. Check out FUTWiz, obviously, if you want to check out FIFA 18 players. And so that means when we look at a player, so if we want to look at Kevin De Bruyne, for example, that's just an image. Can I not look at the player? Oh, there we go. Oh, unfortunately, it opens it as a whole new page. So this is Kevin De Bruyne here. There's no way to look at it. Yes, this was the problem. There's no way to like look at them on FIFA 17 at the same time. Now we could do this and we could do this. This is how we're going to have to do it, I think, guys. We're going to have to do it old school. So KDB. I tell you what, let me get this team up again as well. Hold on a second. Let me pull that up. Not like that. Let me get the squad up for myself as well, so I can see the squad, and then I can just look at all the players and compare them. So this is a bench player, obviously. Kevin De Bruyne, FIFA 17 versus FIFA 18. 2 less pace, 1 more shooting, 2 more passing, 1 more dribbling, 5 more defending, and the same physical. And he still has 4-star, 4-star. So it's very evident that Kevin De Bruyne is actually still going to be an insane player. And what I like most about him is that he is tall. 5'11", which is nice for the midfield. What I don't like about KDB this year is he now has high work rates, which doesn't really suit me too well. But that is the first bench player. I still think he's going to be a very highly sought after and very much used player this year, especially the fact that he's Belgian. There's a lot of incredible Belgians in the game in back-end FIFA 17 after all the special cards, but more specifically, there's also a lot of incredible Belgians in FIFA 18 have had huge upgrades. You know, Dries Mertens, obviously Eden Hazard, KDB, Dembele. The left back Lukaku, Romelu Lukaku, like there are a lot of upgraded Belgians, which I think is going to be awesome. So next up, guys, we've got Yaya Toure. So Yaya Toure obviously coming in with the 84 rated card. And when we look at his FIFA 18 stats, he has had an 11 pace downgrade. Same dribbling, one less shooting, one less passing, one less physical, one more defending. Now, I don't think this is necessarily unfair on Toure. You know, he is getting a lot older now. I do believe he's like, what, 34? 33 years old for Yaya Toure. 4-star weak foot. One of his biggest issues, and you'll see this on this card, the FIFA 17 card, is that even though he's got relatively decent dribbling at 77, the biggest problem is his agility and balance is so low that he is just an absolute tank, and not in the good way. He's not a tank in the, oh my god, he's a machine tank. He's a tank in the sense of, yeah, he'll win tackles, he'll win aerial battles, but one of the biggest problems is when you actually got him in possession of the ball, he turns like a tank. Like he's lethargic, he's slow on the ball, and I don't think a lot of people enjoyed that about him, and it was a surprise to me to see that he had so many games played, because I didn't see Toure at all, really, through FIFA 17. So in FIFA 18, I know everyone's had a global downgrade of pace in general. In fact, there was a thread on Reddit showing Quadrado obliterating Kimmich for pace. If you just go to Reddit, you'll see it's one of the top threads if you guys want to check that out. And it shows this year that EA are really trying to say to us here that if you've got a fast player, they're going to feel and show to be actually rapid, where a guy with 90, 93, 95 pace is actually going to destroy a guy with 63, 65, 75 pace. So the overall downgrade of pace isn't really a problem. So Toure on 63 pace isn't actually an issue. I quite like his well-roundedness, and especially with a shadow card, you know, will boost him up towards the mid-70s and the 80s for defending. It'll make his card very, very, very well-rounded. And I'm interested to see what his drop weight would be like, considering he is an 83 rated card. Next on the list is Philippe Coutinho. Almost wasn't a Premier League player anymore this year. Obviously coming in as a cam. This is the card that was most used in FIFA 17. And it's, interestingly enough, another card that I just never really saw personally. So this Coutinho card year on year, of course he did have an upgrade to an 86 rated card. Same pace, 1 more dribbling, 4 more shooting, 1 more passing, 8 more physical and 2 more defending. I actually feel like, again, just in line with what we were saying about Toure, I feel like 82 pace for Coutinho is still going to make him very usable down the wing. I don't think he's going to be unusable with 82 pace. I think for a winger, anything around 80 or more pace with a chem style attached is going to be very, very strong. Anything around 90 or more pace, chem style or not, is going to be ridiculous, and you're going to see a big difference. And I do worry that players, for example, the likes of Theo Walcott, who we've got stats here for. So for Theo Walcott, this card I don't think is going to be great, even though he's got good pace, because he's got really bad physicals, he's got average dribbling, decent shooting, and very, very average passing for a right mid. So I'm not sure that someone like Theo Walcott is going to be good. I would prefer, personally, let me go here, someone like Shaqiri. He's got a lot less pace than Theo Walcott, but much higher dribbling. He's obviously got the 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. Shooting's decent, passing is way better than Walcott's. I think this would be actually a much more, just a much more overpowered card than Theo Walcott, as long as EA don't change the way the demo plays. We all know EA are notorious for the game being liked and then being one overall complaint from a general minority that are vocal, and then they patch the game and it just ruins everything for everyone. I hope they don't do that this year. But that's Coutinho, guys, switched over. Next up, guys, we have got Laurent Koscielny, one of the most used centre-backs in the game last year, behind Eric Bailly and Chris Smalling. Koscielny there comes in with an 85 rated card, of course, last year, an 84 rated card this year. However, his stats are very much identical. 1 more dribbling, same defending, same physical, same passing, 1 more shooting, and a little downgrade in pace. I think this will still be a card that people use a lot. And I did see this card a lot. It's a good card. He's 6'1" tall. He's got medium-high work rates. He's rapid. He's got great defending. Physicals are a bit iffy. What are his physicals in this one here? So he's got high aggression and high jumping. It's his strength that's the issue, which could be an issue against players like Lukaku and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. But there is a difference between Koscielny, guys. 3 more bench players left. I'm not going to look at the goalkeepers, actually. Lloris and De Gea, we don't care. And we've already seen Lloris and De Gea anyway through the top 10 rating videos that I've done previously. So the last outfield player in the bench for us here is Hector Bellerin. Of course, he had a 79 and an 80 upgraded card, which we're going to take a look at. And it's been further upgraded to an 81 rated card for Hector, the goal protector. However, it's pretty much the same card. The only difference is 1 extra physical. So in terms of Bellerin being a usable card in FIFA 18, I'm sure you're going to see him used a lot. However, there are actually a lot of very, very good right-back options in FIFA 18 this year. If we look at the FIFA 18 players, if we go to the Premier League, where is the Premier League? The Premier League, and if we go to right-back, you'll notice that the choices that we have now, Antonio Valencia is a really good choice as a right back. Obviously, Kyle Walker. Nathaniel Klein isn't bad at all. Serge Aurier is an amazing choice. Seamus Coleman a little bit lacking on pace. Zappacosta and Cedric as well, I don't think we're necessarily going to see used too much. And that's it for the goals. But when we actually look at these players, so Antonio Valencia looks fantastic. Really good pace, really good physicals, good dribbling, and good defending and passing. He's so well-rounded. With the right chemistry style, he's going to be a monster. Obviously, the biggest issue is his weak foot. Kyle Walker, as per usual, is going to be a monster. Put an anchor on him, job done. Probably, again, will be not only the most used right back in the whole game, but a guy that we see from day one till the final day of the game in everyone's team is still going to be Kyle Walker, undoubtedly. Nathaniel Klein's got decent stats as well. Not the greatest pace, but I feel like the rest of him's quite well rounded enough. I'd be interested to see his in-game stats. What is this 80 defending? What is this 76 physical? And what chem styles can we use to really boost that? I definitely think he's going to be a usable player, but not one that we see all that much. Aurier is going to be great. You whack a shadow card on him. He's got great physical, good passing, good dribbling for a fullback, good pace. Whack a shadow card on him, job done. And then Hector Bellerin, as we've just looked at, is going to be another go-to guy. But I think the main choices again this year are going to be Walker and Bellerin for the right-back spot, specifically for the Premier League squad. Next up, guys, we have got Eric Bailly. So Bailly had 3 special cards last year, but all the same. Bailly has literally got essentially Chris Smalling stats from FIFA 17 in FIFA 18. He's been upgraded. He's actually lost some pace, but again, that's the global downgrade of pace. 7 extra dribbling, 2 extra defending, 1 extra physical, 6 extra passing, and 1 extra shooting. And if we actually take a look at Smalling as well, who is also on the board here, when we look at Smalling in general, we know that he's been downgraded, and deservedly so. He's lost 5 pace, but he's only lost 3 defending and 1 physical. He's also lost 2 dribbling. He's got 56 passing, remains the same, 46 shooting. This card, the FIFA 18 Smalling, is still going to be very good, no question about it. But I think when you look at Smalling compared to Bailly, Bailly is now the considerably better player, way faster, better defending, better physical. These 2 guys, again, I think are going to be absolute monsters in people's teams again this year. But there are, again, plenty other alternatives this year. But what's really interesting to me is Smalling of last year versus Bailly of this year. 77 pace versus 78, 84 defending, 84 physical, 84 defending, 84 physical. Very similar dribbling, very similar passing, very similar shooting. This is literally FIFA 17 Chris Smalling. And it's going to be great because he's going to be in everybody's team all the time. And he obviously gets a strong link to Toure, a strong link to Aurier, and a strong link to De Gea, to Chris Smalling, to Valencia, to Pogba. Like, so many good players that he easily links with that will get you good hybrid teams if you want them. This is a nice card for sure. But again, when we actually go and look at the Premier League centre-backs, now bear in mind, and I know I say this a lot, and people say, oh, you say the same thing in videos all the time. Like, I like to just explain not explain per se, but I like to just show more so why I feel like certain things will be overpowered. And when we look at pace, last year in FIFA 17, especially towards the second half of the year with all the special cards that are out, if you had a defender that had less than 75 pace as a base card stat, he probably wasn't fast enough. This year, I think you could quite comfortably go down into the high 60s for your base card pace stat. So players like Alderweireld, David Luiz, even though they don't have the most pace on their face card stat, they're still going to be usable. But when we look at the lower rated dudes that people are going to be using early on, Van Dijk has got a phenomenal card. Joel Matip, very tall, good defending, decent pace. Ashley Williams, not the greatest pace anymore, but nice defending and physical. This is a card that I definitely think will be used a lot. Good defending and physical, like I say, decent enough pace. I liked him last year. In FIFA 17, he had an 83 cards. Obviously, had a lot more pace there, up at 70, a bit more defending, a bit more physical. But this was just a great card. It was just an absolutely great card. Van Dijk is going to be a monster this year. Great pace, great defending and physical. I feel like you might see Van Dijk and Bailly more than you see Smalling and Bailly, because it just seems to be a better fit. Rudiger's got a very good card. He's going to be very much used. Rojo has got a very good centre-back card. Good pace, good defending, good physical, nice dribbling and passing for a centre-back as well. I think you're going to see these guys used a lot. So last year there was very few choices for your OP centre-backs. Bailly, Smalling, Inform Reed were about the main choices. This year, there are just so many. There are literally so many. Michael Keane is going to be an absolute great pick. 81 rated, good pace, good defending, good physical. He's a carbon copy of Chris Smalling from FIFA 18, essentially. This Christensen card from Chelsea, good defending, not the best physicals, but good defending. Ogbonna, 69 base card pace, but again, decent defending. Not the greatest physical, but not too bad either. There's so many Premier League centre-back choices this year that I don't know if you're just going to see the Smalling-Bailly partnership again. And then at left-back, guys, our FIFA 17 left-back of the year was, of course, Luke Shaw. Not even the greatest card. I felt like Clichy was a better left-back. Shaw was just good because he just gave better links. Obviously, strong link to Pogba, a perfect link to Smalling, a strong link to Eric Bailly, a strong link to, or a perfect link to Wayne Rooney, a strong link to Adam Lallana or Dele Alli, you know, obviously all the English strong links. So Luke Shaw coming in at the left-back spot there was a very highly used left-back, even though I did use him a fair bit, but he wasn't my go-to guy. Now, Luke Shaw's actually been downgraded quite heavily. The same pace, and again, like Nathaniel Klein, I think 82 pace is relatively good this year. Not great, but good. Shaw's lost one dribbling, but he's lost 3 defending and 3 physical. And that, for me, is what is going to make this card unusable. This just isn't good enough for me personally as to how good the game is or how good the wingers are going to be this year. So when we look at the Premier League players, Premier League left backs that we've got, who is going to be the new go-to Premier League left back? Let's have a look at who we've got available to us. Premier League left back and search. So Leighton Baines is too slow. Danny Rose is going to definitely be one of the go-to guys. Only the 81 pace again, but much better defending and physical than Luke Shaw. So that's going to be a solid player there. Milner, no chance. Kolasinac, just a bit too slow. Darmian, too slow. Nacho Monreal, too slow. Bertrand, too slow. Holibas, bit too slow. Kieran Gibbs is too slow. Mendy is going to be not really usable either. He's got better physical than Luke Shaw, but his defending isn't great. And he's got 82 pace. The 82 pace is not too bad. Baba for Chelsea. Again, defending and physical is just really, really low. Not interested there. Alberto Moreno is fast. However, he's got really bad defending stats. So I just wouldn't even use him. Patrick Van Aanholt. He's not even that good defensively or physical, but you know what? I think you're going to see Danny Rose be the absolute go-to guy this year. He's got good defending, good physical, and decent pace. As much pace as anyone. There's only 2 pace merchants there this year. Van Aanholt with 86 and Alberto Moreno with 88. Other than that, there's no decent left-backs in the Premier League in terms of pace. But in terms of defending qualities, there's not even that many. Look at this is a defending and physical stat. only a few have got good defensive stats, and only a few have got good physical stats. Kolasinac, really good physicals, but just a little bit too slow, most likely. I don't know. Who's your guys' go-to left-back going to be? I don't personally know. For me, I don't know who it's going to be. Next up in the midfield, guys, we've obviously got Kante. We've seen Kante before, so we're not going to waste too much time on him. Kante actually doesn't really have an upgraded card. Moore has a... Hello? Moore just has an upgraded number here and is now a CDM. 1 extra pace, 2 extra dribbling, same defending, same physical, same passing, same shooting. However, he will be a monster. He'll be a go-to guy in midfield. And then we also have Paul Pogba, who of course we all know is the same rating this year as Kante. Let's open up Paul Pogba there and drag him across. So he's got 3 less pace, 1 less shooting, 1 more passing, 1 more physical, 4 less defending and 3 less dribbling. He's going to not be as unique as he was last year, and there's definitely a few other alternatives in the Premier League that we could see, but I still think because of his 5-star, 4-star, because of his height and his incredible physical ability, I still think he's going to be an absolute go-to guy for a lot of the dudes in FUT Champs. I still think he's going to be one of the most used midfielders in the game. I feel like him and Kante are just going to be mainstays again through FIFA 18. And then last but not least, in the midfield, guys, we have got Dembele. So, Dembele remains an 82. Let's get Dembele up here. He remains an 82. He has lost 1 pace, same shooting, gained 1 passing, same physical, gained 1 defending and gained 2 dribbling. This does look to be a great card, very much like Pogba. You know, Dembele is 4-star skill moves, only the 2-star weak foot, which is one of the reasons why I personally didn't use him. Who do I use in midfield? I used Emre Can's SBC card a lot. I used Dele Alli a lot. I can't really remember who I used in the early days. I used, Dele Alli's 80 rated card or whatever. But this Dembele card, aside from his weak foot, this is a really, really good card. Very, very well rounded. Again, the correct chem style on him to transition him to what you want him to be. And in fact, if we actually put the chem style on... Oh, you can't do it here, can you? No, you can't. If we take a look at his 82 here, which, as I say, is a very, very similar card, if you actually whack a shadow on him, look at the boost, he goes up to ridiculous pace, ridiculous defending. As a day 1 card, this is going to be very, very good, even in FIFA 18, of course. So that is the midfield, guys. Then we come to the attack. Now, the most used striker was Jamie Vardy. Again, not someone that I particularly used or saw all that much, actually. I know A&I Skills used and loved Jamie Vardy. Vardy has lost 2 pace, same dribbling, 1 physical down, 3 defending down, same passing and 1 less shooting. This is going to be a monster card up front again, especially in the early stages, you know. Although I didn't necessarily think Theo Walcott was going to be so good because he was a winger with these similar sort of stats, Vardy will be good because he's a striker with these stats. Getting in behind, creating plenty of chances with how easy it is to finish in FIFA 18 because the shooting is relatively easy. Just getting into the space to create the chances for Jamie Vardy is going to be very, very easy. It's going to be easy. So I feel like he's going to be another absolute monster. A lot of people are worried about Musa again this year. I don't necessarily think Musa's going to be a player that you should be too worried about. Very similar to Vardy with the pace, a little bit more. Dribbling and shooting, obviously, very similar to Vardy. Vardy has a little bit better shooting, but Musa's physicals are just so bad. So, guys, that was Musa. That leaves us with 2 more players from the FIFA 17 team of the most used Premier League players in the world. And one of those is Willian. Again, a player, I've got to be honest, I didn't really use personally that much. And I didn't really see that much. And maybe one of the reasons for that is that I got the Player of the Month Sterling very early on. And I feel like a lot of people used him. But then also the early informed Theo Walcott I also picked up quite early on and was very, very good. So Willian, of course, 4-star, 4-star. He's had 1 pace downgrade, 1 overall downgrade as well. 2 shooting upgrade, 1 physical upgrade, 1 passing upgrade, and 1 defending downgrade. He does look like he's going to be a great player, you know, a quality winger. Great pace, great dribbling, very good passing, 4-star, 4-star, and that 76 shooting might be better than it appears to be. When we look at his 74 shooting here, he's actually got good long shots, decent finishing and attacking positioning, and the reason why it's so low is because his volleys and penalties are so bad that it brings it down, and he's actually, as I say, he's had a shooting upgrade up to 76 shooting. Was it 76 shooting? Yeah, 76 shooting. So we might see his finishing better, his long shots, his attacking positioning better. He might just be a better, more clinical finisher. As a winger, that's pretty good. And then not only the most used player in the league at left wing, but one of the most overpowered players, arguably in any FIFA ever, was Anthony Martial. He remains an 82. He does remain an 82. He has had same pace, same passing, same shooting, 2 physical downgrade, which might be disappointing for some people, 1 defending downgrade, which is irrelevant, and 2 dribbling downgrade, which is arguable. 4-star, 4-star, I feel like he's still going to be a menace. You know, again, when you compare him to Walcott, same or, you know, even style of pace, way better dribbling, very good shooting, much better physicals, the 4-star, 4-star. He's playing out of his mind for Man United right now as well. He's playing really well. Him and Rashford are doing a great job there with Lukaku up top. And obviously like Mkhitaryan on the wing and stuff as well. But he's going to get special cards throughout the year, no question about it. This team, I feel like this is the team again, just to look at it, guys. Let's zoom into the actual main team again. I feel like people won't use Luke Shaw as much. And as crazy as this may sound, I feel like people won't use Chris Smalling as much. I feel like there are going to be some good replacements for people like Dembele and Kante, because Kante is going to be mad expensive now that he's 87 rated. Even though it's the same card, the same essentially the same stats, he's just got a bigger overall rating. It's going to make him much harder to pack and with a much bigger price range. So he's going to be far more expensive. So there's players like Idrissa Gueye and like Renato Sanchez that we're going to be able to use in the midfield instead of Kante. I don't know if we're going to see Kante or Pogba. I feel like Pogba will see as much just because he's nice and tall, he's got incredible physicals, and he's got 5-star, 4-star. But I don't feel like Kante is going to be someone that we see as much. I don't think we'll see as much as Shaw or Smalling. Jack Butland, I don't think we'll see as much of either. He's actually, we didn't even look at Jack Butland, but he's been downgraded. I don't think we'll see as much of Willian because of the good options that there are out at the right wing spot. And I definitely don't think we'll see as much of Vardy because of the good options we've got at striker. Of course, I could be wrong. But this right here in front of you is the most used team in FIFA 17 and what it looks like in FIFA 18. It will be interesting to see what the most used team in FIFA 18 is. I might do a video if you guys would be interested in showing what my kind of initial starting lineup would be for a Road to Glory, like a cheap set of players I feel like would be overpowered and could be quite good based on knowing FIFA, playing the demo, and knowing how like the stats and stuff work. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comment section below. But for today, guys, this is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.